In this video, we're going to deal with angle bisectors inside of a triangle. What we need to keep in mind when we say the word bisector is that bisector means that we have a segment that cuts our angle in half into two equal pieces. So therefore, if this is our bisector right here, that means it cuts our giant angle into two congruent segments. We can actually say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. What we can also say is that angle 1, when you add it to angle 2, it equals our large angle. These are our two big ideas here that you need to keep in mind when you're solving these sort of problems with angle bisectors. So let's take a peek at a couple of them. This one wants us to find x if the measure of angle 1 is 5x minus 2, and the measure of angle 2 is 4x plus 6. I'm going to write 5x minus 2 here, and 2 is 4x plus 6. If I go back to my rule up here, what we know is that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. If they're giving us angle 1 and angle 2, and we know they're congruent, we set them equal to each other. Again, there's multiple ways to solve this. As long as you do the algebra correctly, you're going to get the same result. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 5x equals 4x plus 8. Again, I want the x's on both sides, minus 4x. 5x minus 4x is 1x. I'm just going to say x. Those cancel out. X equals 8. We've solved our answer. All they wanted to do is find x. Here, they want us to find x again. They're giving us angle 1, which is 20x minus 2, and angle 2, they're telling us is 19x. Again, we know angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. If they're giving us both of those values, we can set them equal to each other. What I want is my x's on both sides. I could take away 19x, but that'd actually be doing an extra step for myself. Those cancel out. I have negative 2. Be careful about that. There's a negative sign with the 2. And I have negative 1x. 19 minus 20 is negative 1. I divide that by negative 1 on both sides, and I end up with x equals 2. And again, because we're looking for x, that's our answer. Again, they want us to find x. They're giving us angle 2 and angle 1. So I know that since they're congruent, I can set them equal to each other. I'm going to take x away from both sides. 2x minus x is 1x, or just x. Minus 4 equals 6. Those cancel out. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. X, the 4's cancel out. Excuse me, the 4 and negative 4 cancel out. And 6 plus 4 is 10. Again, we're looking for x. We've solved for x. We're good. Here, they're giving us angle 1. And they're telling us that's 2x minus 2. And they're telling us TVU. If you look at TVU, that is the entire angle. This is where most people get confused because they automatically want to put 2x plus 14 in for angle 2. But if you look carefully, TVU is our large angle. What we do know is that, back to our starting, we don't have angle 1 and angle 2 to set them equal to each other. We need to use this rule right here. Angle 1 plus angle 2 equals our large angle. Well, let's look at this. We know angle 1 is 2x minus 2. Well, if you think about it, angle 2 is the same thing. 2x minus 2. They're the same exact thing. So I'm going to say that when I add those together, it equals our large angle, which is 2x plus 14. What I'm going to do is combine my like terms on the left side. I have 2x and 2x, that gives me 4x. And I have negative 2 and negative 2 gives us negative 4. Nothing can be combined on the right hand side. Now we're to the point where we're just solving for x. We take away 2x on the left side and the right side. 4x take away 2x is 2x. Leave the minus 4. 2 and negative 2 cancel out to give us 14 on the right hand side. If we add 4 to both sides, I'm left with 2x. Negative 4 and 4 cancel out, giving me 14 plus 4, which is 18. Divide by 2, x equals 9. Again, I've solved for x. That is my answer there. Alright, we've come to the last couple sets of problems where they actually want you to find the measure of an angle. Let's look at what they want us to find first. Angle XZY. XZY is the entire angle. That's the large angle. However, look what they're giving us. Angle 1 and angle 2. And we know back from the beginning, angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. Set them equal to each other. 10x equals 11x minus 3. I'm going to take away 11x. 10x take away 11x is negative 1x. 11x minus 11x cancel out, giving me negative 3 on the right hand side. I'm going to divide by negative 1 on both sides, and x equals 3. However, again, that is not our answer. They want us to find the entire answer, which is XZY. That's the large angle. The question is, how do we find the large angle when we're given the two pieces here? Well, let's go back to what we know. We know angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. If I can figure out what one of these two angles is, the other one's going to be the exact same thing. To me, the easier thing to plug into is this angle 1 right here, which would be 10x. And if I know my x is 3, all I have to do is substitute that there. So angle 1 equals 10 times 3, which is 30. If I know this angle is 30, angle 2 is the same thing, which means angle XZY is 30 plus 30, or 60. Again, here I want to find ZXY. ZXY is the large angle. They're giving me angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Therefore, I can say 2x minus 9 equals x plus 1. Take away x from both sides. I have x take away 9 equals, my x's cancel out to give me 1. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I have x, negative 9 and 9 cancel out to give me x equals 10. Again, they're looking for the large angle. If I can figure out what angle 1 is or angle 2 is, we know they're the same exact value. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into. To me, the easiest one to plug into is x plus 1. So angle 2 equals x plus 1, which equals 10 plus 1, which is 11. Well, if angle 2 is 11 degrees, that means angle 1 is also 11 degrees. That tells me angle ZXY is 11 plus 11, or 22 degrees. The one thing to pay attention in these kind of problems is, first of all, if they're giving you angle 1 and 2, you set them equal to each other. If they're giving you one of the smaller angles and the large angle, you have to duplicate that smaller angle and add them to equal the large one. And the last thing to be careful of in this sort of questions here is to be careful of what they're asking you for. Are they asking you for x? Are they asking you for angle 1 or 2? Or are they asking you for a larger angle? So just be careful of what the question is asking for.